34 minutes after the hour, Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live here from Studio 7 here in downtown Wenatchee. I am Dan Kuntz. It is the 19th day of July, so let's talk hockey. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit of hockey, but more importantly, we're going to talk about billet families with two members of the Wenatchee Wild front office staff, assistant coach Chris Clark, affectionately known as Clarky, and Ryan McKelvie, who handles all of the lower division teams affiliated with the Wenatchee Wild. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Before we talk about the billet families, and we have a really nicely produced video to show a little bit later on, let's dispel some myths, some misconceptions about the Wenatchee Wild in June, July, and August. You guys are busy. You're not sitting in your hammock reading a book and drinking a beer. You guys work, don't you?
Honestly, it's probably our busiest time. Because we don't have practice and we don't have games, we're able to get a lot of the smaller things done, or not even smaller things. Well, first it's recruiting. We have, on the Wild side, we had 15 kids get Division I college scholarships, so we have definitely some kids to replace, and then you get into travel, where we're getting ready for road trips next year, and then obviously billeting as well. And it really is the summer months. My wife jokes all the time, because when we go out to eat, people are like, "Oh, you must be enjoying your time off," and my wife will just laugh. She's like, "You have no idea. It really is. It's a busy time for us, but it's nice to be able to get a lot of those things done so that when the season comes around, you can focus on practice and developing the kids and making them better."
Wenatchee Wild is being shifted to a new division this year in the British Columbia Hockey League. The schedule came out a couple of weeks ago now. Yep. Is that the first thing you did, sit down and look at it and where you're going to be and all that other stuff? I mean, it's kind of a new thing now.
Yeah, you know what? It's we're moving to the interior division. So it will definitely be a change. They talk about the interior and the mainland division. They play a little bit different brands of hockey, and we've made some adjustments to our roster and how we're gonna build our roster, and we're excited. Obviously, we get to play Penticton more this year, and they're a lot closer team, so there'll be a nice rivalry there with Penticton.
And they travel well.
Yes,
Penticton
they do.
Does. They bring a Ruder bus down.
Yeah, absolutely. So that'll be a nice divisional rival we have, kind of like we did with Chilliwack, and we will still play those mainland division teams once a year, but now we'll play all the teams in the interior: Merritt, Penticton, Vernon, Salmon Arm, Trail. I know I'm missing a few, but we'll play those teams 4 times a year now, and I think our fans will really enjoy. They have the ability to go to a lot more games as well. They're closer. Yeah,
they're much closer, and we had pretty good success against this division last year, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. You know what? It is a great division. We did have success against them last year. I'm sure they have their calendar circled for when we come to town, and there's going to be some great rivalries built, just like we did in the mainland division. But I know the Vernon, Salmon Arms, Pentictons of the world, they're going to be great rivals for us. Not to say that every team in the division won't be a great rival for us, but we're definitely excited to get to the interior division and hopefully have some success.
Before we pass things over to Ryan, real quickly, you mentioned recruiting. How many cell phone numbers do you have on your cell phone with prospective players? How does that work? Hey, it's Clarky, remember? We want to see you come August. How does that work?
You know what? You spend a lot of time on the phone. Coach Rudrud and Coach Bliss they're unbelievable at the recruiting aspect. I'm newer to coaching, so I'm trying to learn as much as I can from them. But you spend a lot of time on the phone. It's crazy in 2018 that it's easier to text somebody than it is to maybe get somebody on the phone. But you spend a lot of time getting to know the kids, and we got to spend 8 months together, and you want to make sure that it's a good fit, not only for us but for them.
So character counts in Coach Littler's world, doesn't it?
Oh, big time. You have to be a good citizen, and in the Wenatchee Valley, it's imperative. We've been lucky that we've had such great kids now going on our 10th year, but you got to be a good kid. The hockey aspect will take care of itself, but if you're not a good citizen, it's not going to work, especially on our team. And so you spend a great deal of time getting just to know the kids and what they like, and so that when they get here, in the middle of August, they're ready to go, and you feel like you've already built a relationship with them.
When people think about the Wenatchee Wild, they think about the Wenatchee Wild. They don't necessarily think about the organization. It's more than just one team, right, Ryan?
Yeah. We've over the last 3 years, we've expanded. So now we have youth teams at the under 14, under 16, and under 18 levels. So we've got 4 teams in our organization, and the youth teams are providing high-level hockey opportunities for kids in this state, and it's certainly been a really good thing for youth hockey in this area.
And you're in charge of all 3 of those teams.
Yeah, yes, I am in charge of all 3 of them. And we're 3 years old. The Wenatchee Wolves is the under 18 team, and Those are kids like the Wild players that they come here, move here, and practice daily, train daily. They attend Wenatchee High School or Eastmont High School, and their hopes are to move on to the Wenatchee Wild or a team at that level, and eventually play Division I college hockey.
And just like Wenatchee Wild players, these players need a place to put their head at night, and that's what we're here to talk about, host families, billet families.
Yeah, they do, and that's certainly something that, adding the Wolves program, it means that we need more billet families. So we have about 45 young men that come here every year between the two teams that need a place to live, and it's they're here for about 7 months, and it's generally a great experience for the housing family, for the players. Obviously, you're supporting these kids as they chase a dream of playing college hockey and maybe even getting to play professionally someday.
How much homesickness comes into play? I mean, I've known a couple of players, not only hockey players, but Apple Sox players. You see them play hockey, you see them play baseball. Obviously they have talent, they have a future, but they're like 2 weeks into Wenatchee and they love Wenatchee, but they just get homesick.
They're kids. At the end of the day, they're 17, 18-year-old kids. We've both been through it during our playing days, and for a lot of them, it's their first time away from home. It's the first time mom hasn't woken them up in the morning to let them know that breakfast is ready or that they got to be to school. And I think the time management part for them can be a little bit stressful because they've never had to really do it all by themselves. But and I tell billet families this all the time: the first couple of weeks, the kids are going to be extremely nervous. Like you mentioned, they're going to go through that homesick phase, and then they're going to start to get a little bit more comfortable. They're going to start to learn their teammates, and then usually by about a month, they're excited, and then they get to get a little break at Christmas where they get to get back and see all their buddies at home. And but yeah, usually those first couple of weeks, they're a little homesick, and it's to be expected. And the billet families are aware of it. The teams obviously are aware of it, and we try to do our best to get them through that and understand that every kid's going to handle the situation different.
Ryan, how many specific, in your part of the organization, how many specific billet families are you looking for the Wolves and the
Well,
other
we have
teams?
the Wolves have 20 players on the roster, and so we're in need right now. I don't know how many beds exactly, but between both teams, we need right around 10 beds, something like that. So.
What can the billet families expect? You talked about the homesickness, but what do they expect from the players? I mean, are they, it's like here's a bed and here's the fridge and here's a key, or is it a little bit more than that?
We want the kids. We encourage the kids to become an integral part of the family, whether it's just a husband and wife, or a lot of times we get families with little kids, and those little kids will look up to that player. They'll become like a big brother to those young boys or girls, and we encourage them all the time. That's not just a place for you to rest your head at night. Become a part of the family. Involve yourself in as much as you can. Obviously, we have a very busy schedule, so it's not realistic to think they can do stuff with the families every night. But we encourage them to have dinners at home and spend as much time getting to know the family as you can, because after all, these are unbelievable people that are willing to open up their homes and let you live there for 7-8 months. And so yeah, it's not just a place to rest your head, a key under the rug to get you in at night. They become part of this family. And I know he had touched on it earlier. I played my junior hockey career in Victoria, or started in Victoria in the British Columbia Hockey League. And when we go back to Victoria, my billet family still comes and visits me.
Oh, cool!
So yeah,
cool.
It's definitely an experience that will last a lifetime. That's our hope. And you don't just make friends for life. You really add to your family. So we encourage these kids to become big parts of the family if they can.
You brought with you a really cool video featuring the mellifluous voice of the wonderful Arch Ecker. It's about a 7-minute video. It talks all about billet families, interviews with billet families. So we'll get the word from the horse's mouth. It's a great video. When we come back, you'll get a chance to see it yourself. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Lake Chelan mailboxes find solutions and the best price for all your shipping needs, including UPS, FedEx, and the U.S. Postal Service. We offer a variety of services including quality copies of all sizes, faxing, scanning, sending and receiving email, laminating, and notarizing. Enjoy browsing through our large selection of greeting cards. Lake Chelan mailboxes supports our military, fire victims, and our community. Come see us at the Plaza in Lake Chelan.
Hi there, I'm Meg Rains with The Evolving Plate, and we are going to take a whole minute for your health. Whole foods are healthy, delicious, and easier than you think to add to your diet. Today, I'm going to show you how to make sweet and chewy stuffed dates to satisfy your sweet tooth without loading up on refined sugar. I have large dates, nut butter, nuts, chocolate, dried fruit, and seeds. So first, split the date, take out the pit, fill it with your nut butter, and then add anything you'd like to put in there. Top it with seeds, pop in the freezer, and enjoy. These stuffed dates are full of healthy vitamins and minerals to keep your body running at top speed. See you next time for another whole minute for your health.
It is with regret we announce that the Tumwater Restaurant and Lounge has closed. The new building owners will not renew the Tumwater's lease. All restaurant and lounge equipment must be sold. Please contact Charlie for equipment sales at 509-679-3277. Sandy and Charlie would like to thank their staff for their years of service. It's been the pleasure of the staff and owners to serve the awesome Leavenworth locals and visitors alike. They will be missed.
We are back at 45 minutes after the hour. Dan Kuntz, Ryan McKelvie, Chris Clark from the Wenatchee Wild. We have a video to show our viewers at home to talk about the billet family experience. Give folks a quick preview of what they're about ready to see, Clarky.
You're going to get to see what you can expect becoming a billet family. There's actually, like you said, there's interviews with billet families. You know what they've gone through, things, joys that they've had, and kind of mostly what you can expect if you want to become a billet family, and just how important it is. There is no Wenatchee Wild without great billet families. There's no entire organization without the great billet families, so that's what you'll see here.
Chris Clark and Ryan, go ahead and use the monitor here in the studio. You folks at home, please use your televisions. Here's the video.
Junior hockey. It's a unique entity in the sporting world and an experience unlike any other for everyone involved. From the player to the fans to the community and to the billet families, who are perhaps the most vital aspect of the program.
A billet family is someone who opens up their home, a family who is willing to open up their home for one of our players, who will provide them with a room to sleep in. Hopefully can share in some family meals, and really it's just a place for our players to live while they're here for the season.
So this will be our 6th year billeting, and we keep coming back to it because we love the game. Our son plays hockey. He'll be a midget this year, which is how we kind of initially got into it, more or less like having a role model for him in the house. Yep. And they just become part of the family for us. We were really lucky we had the same player for 3 years in a row, and he just really cemented into our family, and we still keep in touch with him. So it's those relationships that we build that keeps us coming back to it.
We thought about it a long time, billeting players. We didn't do it the first couple of years. We had to think about it for a while because we didn't really know what it would be like just having a stranger in the house or that.
If they're looking for a paycheck, for a stipend, that's not what it's about. It's about do you want to give something back to a kid or a program that's helping kids, helping players achieve their dreams, and that's what it's about.
Definitely at the end of the season, most likely they'll be gone, and it's going to tug at your heart because by then you will be attached.
Mm-hmm. If people ask and they want to know what it's like to billet a player, I would say, well, definitely do it. Don't have fears about having a stranger in your house. They're a stranger for about a day.
guest in your house and they feel that, but then also they become part of the family as well.
You can't just come in here and think, oh, I'm just going to house a kid and he'll be in the basement or wherever he's going to be, because it's not about housing a kid.
I guess our big thing is it's not about just renting a room.
Right.
It's about giving a place a home away from home.
They're part of your family.
It's amazing the type of people that are really just wanting to allow you to have every opportunity to succeed. So they'll let you come in and you know, take a room out of their home and be willing to feed you every night, fantastic home cooked meals, and just wanting to be part of your process, your moving on to the next level, and it's fantastic. It really is.
My billets are awesome. I call them my second family. It's nice going home every night to a cooked meal, going home to a family that loves you just like your family at home. Anything that you want, they'll help you through it. If you're having a little trouble, they're there for you, just like your family back home.
It's been fantastic. I mean, for a family to come in and let you come into their home the way they do, billet families in general are fantastic. Without the support we get, whether it's here in Wenatchee or anywhere in junior hockey, without the billet family support, this wouldn't be able to work. And I'd say that out of my years of playing junior hockey, this experience with the billet families in this town are bar none. I mean, it's amazing the type of people that are really just wanting to allow you to have every opportunity to succeed. So they'll let you come in and you know, take a room out of their home and be willing to feed you every night, fantastic home cooked meals, and just wanting to be part of your process, your moving on to the next level.
Very loving community, I would say, from the billets to the fans to even people that don't come to the games. They really appreciate, you know, what we do here, and yeah, it's very, very welcoming.
Billeting at the junior hockey level, it's crucial to a player's development. The player spends a lot more time during the day with the housing family than they do with the coaching staff. We see them for 3 to 4 hours a day. The billet family, they're with them all day for the most part. They spend the evenings there. And by the end, what you find is it's win-win. That they become part of your family. That sometimes you think it's a border system, and it's not a border system at all. We want more than that. We want the kid to move into the house and become part of the family. Wenatchee's been very fortunate. I feel we have a whole bunch of great billet families. That in my 25 years as a head coach, the thing besides ownership, that ownership allows the franchise to be successful by putting the right people in the right places. But if you don't have quality housing families, it doesn't matter what the organization does. If that's the area that you're lacking, I don't think the organization can ever be great.
He's part of our family.
They become part of the family as well.
It's become part of the family.
They're part of your family.
We say it all the time here. Without billet families, there is no Wenatchee Wild.
Being a billet is an experience that families treasure for a lifetime. For information on how you can be a part of the Wenatchee Wild Billet program, visit the team website at WenatcheeWildHockey.com or call the team office at 509-888-PUCK.
That's a great video, and it's great to hear from the actual host families. Now, the montage at the end says it all. They become part of the family, which is a really cool thing.
Exactly, and that's what we want. We don't want this to be like a hotel rental. We encourage these kids, and we talked about it, become part of the family, make lifelong memories with these people. And I just talked to a billet family last week that they just went on an Eastern swing where they visited 3 of the old billet families who lived throughout Canada all the way down to New York. They went and visited them, and that's what it's about. It's about Obviously, opening up your home is important, and we need that. But really, it's the relationships you build while they're here. And we've been so lucky to have such unbelievable billet families, and we want to continue that, obviously, and we're looking for more quality people.
And Ryan, the Wenatchee Wild step up as well. The host families get a little something for hosting the kids, right?
Yeah. We try, the host families get a $300 stipend per player, and then buy one get one free season ticket voucher for all Wild games. And we try to make it as easy as we can for the families too. We want to, a lot of families ask about rides. The kids provide their own rides. That's not a responsibility of the host family. And a lot of people ask about traveling, if they can travel during the hockey season, and most certainly they can. When a player or when a family goes on vacation, you let the coaching staff know, and then we put your player in a house for the weekend or for the week or however long that your family's traveling.
It's a tremendous program, and I highly encourage people to get involved with it. A couple of things that I've noticed, and I have some friends who have done this. It's perfect for the empty nester. The kids have grown up and gone now. They live in a sizable house, but all of a sudden they have all these empty rooms, and they want to keep a family atmosphere going. It's perfect for those kind of people, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, we've had a lot of success with empty nest households, and I think they really, really genuinely enjoy it. We've also had a lot of families that have young kids too that really enjoy it. So it's kind of it seems to be a good fit for a variety of different household types.
For the players who are still high school students who are from out of town, is it the responsibility of the billet family to make sure these kids go to school?
No, it is not. We work closely with both high schools, and we make sure that the kids obviously are enrolled in all the proper classes, and we do a very good job of making sure they're attending school. And you know what? For the most part, our kids at all levels, they're driven. They understand this is just another step in the road for them. This isn't the end all be all. They have higher aspirations, and they know that if they don't do well in school, they're not going to be able to go to college and do the college hockey route like they're all planning on doing. So our kids are driven. They want to be more than just great junior A hockey players or at his level U18 hockey players. They want to be college hockey players and hopefully professionals. So they understand if they don't do well here, that next level is not an option. So they're very driven, and we don't have issues with having to make sure that.
How does the vetting process go? How do you know how to place what player with what family? How does that work?
Yeah, we have the players all fill out a questionnaire on what they're kind of looking for, any special type requests that they have with housing families. And then every housing family that fills out an application, we do a home visit with them, we do a background check with them, and through that home visit and getting to know the families, and getting to know the players, we just try to pair them up with people that we feel are going to get along well and fit well.
And it seems to work.
It seems to work, yeah.
It seems to work.
It really does.
Clarky, we got about 2 minutes left, so real quickly while I have you here, Wenatchee Wild going into their 10th season. Is Wenatchee made it? Or are we a hockey town? I remember when the Wild first came to town, Chris, and you guys actually had a hockey 101 thing, so people could understand the rules and what icing is and offsides. It's 10 years later. How are we doing as fans?
The best. I remember. It's so funny you say that. I remember the first night we played Topeka at home, and Topeka came on the ice, and our fans cheered them. And I was like, okay, all right, well, you know what? They'll learn, and you know what? They learned in a hurry. And I think if you ask any kid that comes in here as a visiting player, their favorite place to play, it's Wenatchee, because our fans are unbelievable. We're so blessed to have, and we say it, the best fans in junior hockey. They come on the road, they come at home, they're at events when we're in the community. They show up all the time, and we are so lucky to have that home ice advantage. And kids say it all the time when they come here. Oh man, you guys have the best building. You guys have the best fans. It's unbelievable playing here. So we're blessed.
And a year-round rink attached right to the main arena, which is fantastic.
And there's kids on there all day. There's kids right now guaranteed skating.
Oh yeah.
It's
and
awesome.
even on a hot summer day, I'd like to go down and do some free, skate around at the rink just to cool off a little bit. So we got just about a minute left. People say, I'm involved. I want to be a billet family. What do they do from here?
Call me or call Ryan at the 509-888-7825. You can ask for Ryan or I. Our emails are really long, so I'm not going to...
888-PUCK, 888-PUCK, right.
Or you can come right down to the rink. We're there Monday to Friday. Please come down if you have other questions. If the video didn't answer or we didn't answer a question you may have, come down, sit with us. We'd love to chat with you and your family. We have all sorts of questions to get asked all the time, and we'd love to sit down and talk with you about it.
It's a great program, it really is. And as you mentioned before, you make friendships for life and family for life, because the kids never forget their billet family.
Absolutely not.
They exchange Christmas cards and gifts, and they always seem to keep in touch.
Invited to weddings.
Yep, it happens all the time. Ryan?
Thanks for
Always a
having
pleasure
us.
to see
Yeah.
you. Anytime, Ryan, you want to come by and visit the show, you're more than welcome.
All right.
Clarky, call ahead.
Thanks.
When we join you tomorrow at 7 o'clock, Ramon Rivera from Wenatchee will be there and be here. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.